I'm your host, Michael Chang. STR Like the Best is our podcast where we strive to help real estate investors really understand short term rental investing and help you better invest your time and money in short term rentals and building your wealth. Today, I have my co founder and wife and all around superstar, Liz. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
We're back on the Mike and Liz series. So if you're listening on a stream, please feel free to leave a comment where you're watching and let us know any questions. We're happy to try to get it answered here. But we're doing this podcast today just with me and Liz. I think one, we we wanted to highlight a point about community, building the right community for you as an investor. Um, Super important to have a strong community around you as you are looking to build a real estate portfolio. It's helped us so much. We're going to dive into that. And then also community. Liz and I just did our first private school, Manhattan private school interview today. How did that feel, Liz? How did it feel to be interviewed?
It's actually kind of strange. I am out of the corporate world for so long, so I haven't gone to a job interview for a long time. But this is not the same as job interview, but in a sense, it's kind of like meeting the prospect school, potentially sending our kids there. I thought it was a pretty good experience. I think it was great.
Yeah, no, I know it was really good. It actually, it's nice to see the school and meet the people, and I came away with it feeling pretty good about the school and I think how good it'd be for Athena Jackson. But broadly just the community part, right? Like I think for us it's the school, but also like the community, the people that were there. Listening to them talk about how close that school community is together and the kids and the parents, like that for me was like a pretty important thing too. And we'll talk about how this relates to real estate, but I think just like for me highlighted another point about like why community is so important and why I wanted to make it the main topic today.
100%. And I think building this STR like the best community help us realize the power of having the right network, like-minded mindset people together and build that strong community. It really translates. It really, when I saw the school, immediately I could feel, okay, they such a tight knit, and I really like that.
Yeah, and you never know what community gets you. Like literally walk in there, there's two people that I know.
Yes. I was like, oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
as this guy Amar, who I used to work with at Jeffries, we saw him when we were walking in, and then Al, who I've known for a long time. He's another
Yeah.
parent that was there for his 1 year old. So yeah, I mean, just like community and people that you know is so critical. I'm having coffee with Amar on Friday just to catch up with him as well. So that'd be cool. But I really kind of focus back on STR like the best and the community that we built. We have over 1,100 people now on our school community. So if you aren't part of that, we'll drop a link in the show notes there. Please join our private community on School, which is a website, but it's a really good place for you to interact with each other. But also our more private mentorship community. We have over 150 investors now over the last 3 years that have joined that. It's pretty crazy to see how much we've grown.
Yes. I still can't believe it. It's like just like the way, the velocity where the community really compound and grow. And they all really make their own friend, their own tribe too, within the community in the same market or where they live together. They all connect with each other. So it's really lovely to see that initiative within the mentorship group.
Yeah, no, they want their own separate channel in the Slack. There's like,
Yeah.
state specific groups, market specific groups. We have so many doctors in
Yes.
the program. Doctors make a lot of money and owe a lot of taxes, and they're pretty busy. They don't really have time to figure out different real estate strategies or tax strategies. So, I guess not surprising, a good fit. Um, we have we just got a hand surgeon that joined today. We have a, a colon guy today, um, surgeon and his husband. um, ER doctors. Like it's great. It's great. Like any issues that we, I think we can just go to our community and ask for the assistance. But I think the way we want to break up this next like 30-minute chat that we have, and I think one is like talk about how our own personal community has helped us in short-term rentals, like when we started in 2016. I think we talk about SAID and how that helped us really even launch a journey. Um, the community that we're building right now within STR like the best. And then really just like the resources and the people that are in there. What I really enjoy is like everyone in the community is a similar wavelength, right? They are all highly educated. They all high income. Most of them are married or long term relationships. They have kids. They own their own home, and they pay out. Most of them pay a lot in taxes because they have a good job or they make good investments, and they are looking to build their wealth. And they want to do it through real estate. And really, for short term rentals, there's really nothing better than short-term rental investing with the short-term rental tax loophole, right? You get the tax benefits, you get the cash flow, you get the appreciation, um, and I know it's just great to see everyone, like, for us, like solving multiple problems at once with them. It's good. It's pretty cool to see.
Yes. And by building this community we're building, we continue to add resources at each stage of the life cycle. We break down our community when they join the mentorship into different life cycle, and we have onboarded a lot more resource as whenever we see a gap within the resource, we continue to hire the right resource, the right expert to help our community. And I think we have seen the compound effect of that. It's really well-rounded resource hub now. If everyone has a question, we have an answer for you. We have
Yeah,
gone through 10 years of short-term rental. You have seen most of it, the highs, the low, all the emergency situation, how do you handle that? And operation is such a big part. A lot of people think once you launch, you stop there. No, but the real marathon really is the operation. How long can you own this asset to continue work for you, build long-term wealth? And that part is critical. And we have a very strong operation team that we have built over the years that we deploy here to our education program. And they are fantastic.
yeah. No, well, why don't we break it down and then we'll talk about how how this all of us how all this even got started, right? Like when we have you and I are in there the entire time, so we're deep in this. You and I live in Slack now, basically. I should
We do.
probably, and we're there driving, um, you know being all parts of the process, the strategic direction, even the underwriting. But we have a lot more resourcing, so that people can have that subject matter expertise like right when they join, right? So we have a client service manager now that will be with you from the very first step of the process. Her name's Joanna. She's going to be there the entire time from A to Z. She'll do your initial intake. Then I talk to you for an hour plus to map out your roadmap. We have Then you go into our search phase. You have Liz, our full underwriting team. We have an admin in there as well, so it's like 7, 8 people in there in the beginning with you to support you in that initial search cycle, along with resourcing on mortgages and lending, right? So that's one cycle, and then once you're in contract, um, who do we have? Who do we add? Who do we add when they're in contract?
Yes, we have a design consultant that we onboarded, Jordan, that has been a tremendous resource to help us supporting them throughout this design stage. This is not design service. However, the strategy, the high level design strategy is very important. You got to know what you're trying to do before you walk with a short-term rental designer. Say, hey, I want to execute this plan. And we are here to support them to maximize their revenue through the right design strategy.
Exactly. And she's a tremendous resource. She owns like 10 short-term rentals herself. She's a licensed architect. So any kind of design stuff that you have set up process that our students have. Like she's a perfect resource. And I was like, not to mention in our search during the search too, we have legal resources, CPA resources that for some of the students that like want to do more work on the tax or legal side in the beginning, so they can kind of hit that as well. And then once they close on the deal, we have Jordan's still there. We have a revenue management person that's been working with us for the last 6 years. He manages about $10 million in total revenue across us and our clients, and some of his own clients. And then you get our full operations team. Three individuals that have worked with me and Liz for like 7+ years, each individually. Well, no, sorry. No, Kathy's been with us for 7 years, and then the two others been with us like 5 and 3 years. But you get to get our team that's there. They've seen every single question on onboarding, on onboarding new property, any guest issues, all that stuff. So, it's like you get us. It takes a village, right? You get us, but you also get everything that we utilize ourselves to build our business, and you get access to that, or our students get access to that. And it's cool to see like them get beautiful property, and then go live and get the cash flow start coming in with the reservations, and then execute the tax strategy. So it's really cool. Like we have like 20 people now on the on the client success side. It's like it's grown so much.
Yeah, and I do think I do pride on our work ethic too. All the resources that we built in, it takes a long time for from Mike and I really vet them, train them, test them, make sure they're really good fit before we even bring in here to our clients so they can have the best chance for success. Um, so yes,
I
I
mean,
do think
these are people that we worked with for like 5, 10 years. Like that we
yes.
basically. So
Yeah, so we do have a super team. I feel like really proud of the team that we have built in such a short time and very strong. Um,
but to your point, though, it really is like being able to support everyone, so that they can go and when we're offline taking care of the kids or on the weekends, like there's someone there that can help you. And then also, they run regular office hours, some every week, some every month, some bi-monthly, so that for each individual situation there is that buffer there for them. But it's not, instead of just talking about kind of the resourcing there, like let's just talk about like how we started too, right? Like, I mean, without meeting, Syed was such a big unlock for us, right? And I think we just talk about the community that we built for ourselves and how it's helped us just to get to build the Airbnb business.
Sorry, can you repeat that? It
Yeah, just the
dropped for a
community,
second.
just built how we built the Airbnb community, how we built our own community for ourselves to help us build that helped us grow our Airbnb business.
Yeah, the community we have built really opens our eyes to all the possibilities. Really, before we were working our own portfolio, you cannot you cannot buy every single deal, right? So you're limited to what you're seeing, the interaction you have with the local broker or your knowledge. But by working with the community, not only we get to see a broader stroke of what's going on in the market, we now see all the deal flow that's happening across the country, and then we are also looking for ourselves for our next investment. So it really level up our horizon, I would say, to look for our next. How do we think about building our portfolio? So
Yeah.
you're not limited to what we know only.
No, no, it's great. Like on our Slack, we have many brokers that send us like exactly what's working in their market in real time, which is great. It's like we have uh, the lens of a lot of agents that are all over the country that live and breathe in these markets, and getting the real time intel for themselves, for us and for our students, and getting them the right property. It's been invaluable. But really, I wouldn't, but more of just like, when you met our friend Syed, who you met at a meetup back in 2016, and how building that community with you know how building that community has really helped us with our building our portfolio, right? Without him and the people that we met through him, it would have been a lot. I think it was a lot longer to get to where we are today.
It's that one conversation. It really is. Every time is we feel stuck, it's like we get the key to that door by talking to the right people, the right network. And we still talk about our journey. Mike and I still talk about our journey a lot of time, just kind of think through what we have done in the last year, last 3 year, 5 year, what's the progression of our investing journey. And almost every step of the way, there is a mentor, a friend who has done it, share a great insights that we are able to take it in, and really take action. I would say being able to know the right people, get that information, and take action is the quickest way to
Like, what's an
grow.
example? Like, what was it like? What was the example? How that one unlocked helped us?
Like you were saying before with Sayed, it's like the virtual assistant that can really help us free our time. We were really bogged down by the daily operation, just from customer service with all the broken HVAC toilet, however you want to name it. We were dealing with it every single day at dinner and lunch when we were out, right? So there's no breathing time when you're just managing the property every second, especially when you have 5, 10, 12 property. It's just impossible for one person. So that really is a key unlock that we have found, right? And then also by going to the conferences, I believe we meet a lot of people talking about different property management software. So we were able to test out. We probably switch out a couple times from the very beginning. I forgot who do we use.
Well, you forgot because I did it. Because
Yeah,
you made me do it.
you're the tech wizard. So we divide and conquer different skill sets.
That's
Um,
true. I
we
can't look at those mood boards and those design boards are like all foreign to me. I'm like, I don't know. I don't get this.
Yes. But yeah, we probably switch out 3 or 4 to really find the one that really works for us.
Well,
Allow,
we started with Your Porter, which doesn't exist anymore. Very first one, and then we went to um, God, I
maybe
forgot. Oh yeah,
uplisting.
uplisting. Yeah, right. Perfect. Yeah, uplisting for a year, and then we went to Hostaway, which we've
Yeah.
been on for the last 6 years. So that's been super useful. No, but like the no, I just remember like from even for us to build um, our education business, right? It was, it was a conference and a community, right? Like we met, I went to Chicago. I met Sayed at the VRMA conference, and then he had two friends that were there, part of his community, introduced me to them, and they were telling me what they were doing. Um, and I was like, oh my god, like this is great to like promote your journey online and share what you're doing. And it was like, yeah, like we should share our story and show how we built the business. That was the genesis of the Michael Chang B&B Instagram account. It's crazy, that was when did we launch that? Like May, I think. May
Mm,
22?
this I thought December
That was the
2021.
program. That was the program. But the Instagram account,
Oh, around summer, like May,
May,
June-ish.
June,
Yeah.
yeah. It's been 3 years, I think now, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 years. Yeah, it's crazy to see how it's grown. And it really is like a lot of it, it's just that one idea, that one action that you have to take. And it's hard to do it in a vacuum, but when you have a community around you and you see them and they share with you and they show you what they're doing and they're, encourage you, it's pretty cool. Like I don't know, like, it's not like we were blind to social media before, but just to see like other people do it and be able to ask questions and be motivated. Um, that made all the difference in the world.
Yeah. And sometimes you're in a situation you just don't know what you don't know. Sometimes you just take that one person to kick on your light bulbs. Oh, I get it now. And then let me try that. But you could be sitting at the same table, have absorbing the same information. One person would do nothing, one person can take something out of it. So I think being able to identify those opportunity and actually action on it is the key.
That's huge. Yeah,
Huge. Yeah.
because I think one, you just see someone. I think one, that, you see a problem, you're like, oh man, this is like, I don't even know where to start, right? And then you have the starting point, which is great from learning, but also you see someone that's like, excuse me, you see someone that's just like you. You're like, oh, well, I'm a doctor, or like I was a finance guy, and like you know, you're smart and I'm smart, and like you did it, and like why can't I do it, right? And I think there's a little bit of just like believing yourself and just seeing a peer and maybe a little bit just motivation or that competitive fire in you. It's like, look, if that person can do it, like, why can't I do it? Right. And I don't mean it to be like a negative way, just be more like, oh, wow, like I'm around the people, like, I thought like maybe people are like me that are working and have kids or are busy, like, can't do this. And you see, like, hey, there's 20 other doctors here that can do it. Like, well, like, I, you know, I'm a doctor and I can do it. I'm smart. I can do it. Like, right. And I think that's actually like huge. I've seen it with me personally, meeting other finance people when I doubt it myself and it's like, oh, I don't know if I can do this or not. And I meet someone else and I'm like, oh, I can do it. I think I can do it. But also just like our students too, like some of them are just like, I think it's really great when we can pair them up with someone else and be like, oh, hey, yeah, you know, meet Victor. And, he's similar, he lives in a similar place and similar situation. And they just, buying their second property now, right? After joining the program in in August, they're buying their second property. So it's like, okay, well then, that person's pretty similar to me. If they can do it, why not me? Like, why not you?
Yes. And I do think the program, the way we design it, really help you to have a quick jump start without filtering out all the we already filter out all the noises. So it really just hand you this is what you should use, this is what you should do, this is how you look at everything. So the momentum matters too. Whereas where we see the most success within the program community is the people who actually just take the information and run with it. I do think the speed to execution also is a big part of the success from from our program. And if they run hard, we run hard with them,
Yeah.
right?
Uh, well, I mean, yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there to support them as well. The but it just kind of bring it back to us though, right? Like how we have there's the Facebook group where we're in with all of our other peers that we've grown up with. Um, I mean, maybe just like if you have an example of from a design perspective or as your setup process, like how we've been able to leverage our community, our personal community or personal network. I mean, network community, kind of use it interchangeably, but how that's really helped us, like building our last property, for example, right? Like being able to
Yes.
find source all the help there. Like we didn't like when upstate New York, we didn't really know anyone, and yet we had to build a team. We bought $1 million place. Like we better figure it out.
That was, yeah, that was a really great learning, like building our team. And then we were able to, a lot of resource that we leverage our online presence too, being able to know the right people, get introduction, and then we are able to build our local team there. And so I do think that's why we also encourage everyone, you're on this journey, share it. Why
Exactly.
not, right?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, well, it's good, especially if you want to grow your business too, right? Like, if you have a property or two, and you want to um, maybe you don't have enough debt capacity or mortgage capacity or down payment, partner with someone in your individual network is actually the perfect person to do that. And the way to show that is on your personal social media. If you have a personal Instagram or Facebook. Um, what I also was talking about, what I also wanted to note too was like, I mean, even just getting our initial process set up in the Catskills, right? Like the right cleaning team, the right the what garbage can that we buy because like there are bears up there, right? It was through a friend of ours a former coworker of mine, whose friend had a property up there, and you know. We asked for an introduction. We got it. They introduced us. They helped us find our insurance up there. Like all these things matter so much about your network, right? And really building your network because you're just never going to know everything. And do you have you're never going to know everything. And it really is like knowing the right person that probably knows that general area. So it's like maybe you don't know a general area, but if you know the right people in there, like you kind of have that information too because you can just ask them, they can help you.
Yeah. And don't I think this is a learning for myself from my investing journey. Just don't be afraid to ask. If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Maybe give an example there.
I'm naturally an introvert, so I don't usually go out and ask people favors. Sometimes I feel bad. Just like by nature, I feel bad I'm bothering someone and ask a question.
Is that like a Taiwanese thing
No, I think it's just
or
personality
Asian?
thing.
You
I'm
think
a
so?
more just an introvert. Um, very into my own element.
You don't think it's like you think it's like an Asian cultural thing where you just don't want to
Maybe
like
a little bit of
seem
culture
like you
too.
owe
We
people.
don't, yeah, you don't like to owe favors. You want to try to figure out on your own always. Don't bother other people. Yeah, culturally, maybe a little bit. That's how I grew up, at least within our household. But in the long run, you do need a village to grow a business, to grow your portfolio, to do anything. So I do think it's a give and take. You take, you also give. It's a two-way street.
Yeah,
That's how kind of what I realize. It's okay to ask favor, but also, this is a two-way street. You have to be helpful and add value to other people. I think if you can harness that loop of giving, taking, it will go a very long way.
talk about that giving part 'cause I think that's a lot. I think that's where a lot of people maybe just unaware, like one or maybe one they're just like it's below their awareness. Two is they kind of forget that like you know it's okay to ask sometimes. Like to your point, like it's okay to ask. Like you got to give too. Maybe it's not that person specific, but like having an abundance mindset where like it's okay to share. Like you're not giving anything away. You're helping someone, and like what goes around comes around. You build your karma. You build your
Yeah.
personal brand. Like that will help you, right? I mean, maybe just talk about it a little bit. Like, how did you eventually get comfortable with asking by giving? Like, maybe it's something that I'm kind of putting you on the spot. I know, but
You just have to do it. You gotta try. You're stuck. The only way is to start asking people, hey, I do need help. And then this is what I can do for you. And I do think by doing that first time it's hard, second time it's easier, and you just practice that muscle. Eventually it become a very natural thing. And you start attracting better people around you, a support system actually.
well, people that give, right? That people that are willing to share. I think the people
Willing
that
to share,
aren't,
willing to give.
yeah, the people that aren't willing to share, they naturally. I think one you naturally just notice it too. You're like, oh wow, like this person just. There are a lot of people that just take. They don't never give. They don't offer to give.
Yeah.
And I think one you kind of just start noticing that, like, I think as you get older too, your network just naturally compresses. And then two is, yeah, you start attracting people that like give too, and usually they're like happier. Usually they're like happier, more successful people, people that have that
Yes.
abundance mindset, and it's just, it's just nicer. It's more fun. Conversations are more fun. You can be more open. Like, you can share resources. You can like find more things to work on together. Just because like, you have that abundance mindset.
Yes. Yeah. And we just had a conversation with the broker that we worked with long time ago. We didn't buy a deal, Matt, right? However,
Yeah, Matt. Yeah.
we're still in touch with him like 7 years later, now we're doing more business together. We probably talk once a year, but every time the conversation is great. It's like we share best practice, market knowledge, what's working right now, what are you seeing? Can we see opportunity to work together? Not this time, no problem. We re-engage in 6 months, a year. Eventually, I just know one day we will work together. It's
I
just
know.
like the right people.
No, we'll definitely work with Matt. No, it's yeah, and then now he's in our Slack, and he's like providing insights into his markets that hopefully as we have we can match him with a student that's looking for something in Florida and that price range and what works like that, that's great. And it's like, just adding value to both sides. And I think it's a good place to wrap up our conversation. Um, it's like such a personal journey for me too, candidly, right? From an investment, pure, very hardcore investment banking background. Um, you're taught to be quiet and not share, like, or and just be, because a lot of it's like confidential information from your clients. You're taught like the world is zero, I mean, especially from an M&A world. Like you're kind of taught that it's a zero sum game out there. And I think like a lot of the corporate roles are like that. You're kind of taught like, okay, hey, like, it's really competitive inside an organization. We're all fighting for like the promotion or a bonus, or, we're fighting with a different bank or a different consultancy to like earn the business. So I have to be very guarded. But it's so different when you're investing, when you're growing your own business. Like, you are never going to be successful if it's just you, and no one tells you anything, no one shares anything with you. Like,
Yeah, really
you're in an information vacuum, and it's just playing a game on like super hard mode.
agree. Agree.
Yeah.
And then how does it help? I feel like you have not changed, but your personal growth wise by onboarding all these new clients, seeing different profession, like people who has gone through the similar path like us before in high paying job or professional, and talking to them every single day, onboarding them. How has it changed anything the way you see
I mean, we
things?
had that initial conversation, right? Like I had a couple today, but also I had a couple conversations with our existing students. It's like, hey, what's going on? How can we help? I really enjoy that. I love, meeting. Although I'm introvert too, to be fair. I don't know. I just had to kind of build this extrovert. I'm naturally, me. I'm like naturally introvert. Like yesterday, when you went to go and get a haircut and meet Jenny for lunch and talk about private school, is like I went to the city by myself and I sat down at a restaurant in Midtown, and it was just me. I was like 2.5 hours there just by myself. Like, didn't talk to anyone, no phone calls, no anything. And just like I was working, but like it was so energy. It was so like I felt so much. I felt so refreshed leaving there. I was like, oh, I could just like be out of the house and be out of the office and just like spend time with myself. It was like great. But anyways,
The,
not about my introvertedness. Talking to our clients, and hearing their specific situations, and I think one, their fear about making a mistake, right, with an investment, their fear of trusting someone they see online, like it's kind of hard, right? um, Hearing their personal journey about how they you know got to, hey, I really want to do this, and maybe listen to the podcast or whatever their individual process was like to get there, and now being in a place where they're like, hey, I want to make a change. I'm tired of paying all these taxes, or I bought a bad short-term rental. I bought a bad, long-term rental before, but like I'm okay with, I've learned my lessons, and I want to do it differently this time and do it better this time and get guidance and be part of a community of other people that are doing this. Um, that's just really cool to hear, and helping them figure out that first property, and I think really just like helping them. Not even that. It really just like people that are stuck and just showing them that there's a way out. Like truly, there's a way out. It's awesome because you see their eyes light up. You're like, oh yeah, cool. Like, okay, like one, like, oh, this is great. Like I made a good decision. Like this is real. Like I really enjoyed the last hour and a half talking to you. And then two is also like, oh cool. Like now I have some clarity on next steps. I feel just like burden lifted off my shoulders. Where I was like, I feel so stuck. It's like, okay, like someone like is showing me a way that actually works. It's cool that even just that transformation within that 60 90 minutes is really cool for me to see. I get to see that every day. It's a great part of my day.
yeah. And I do see sometimes after you had a phone call, you feel like energized after talking to them. Really is kind of see they find a different way to solve their biggest pain point or challenge.
just something that's been bothering them. You know, everybody's just like,
Yeah.
you know, you pay like 100K in taxes every single year. You're just like, man, like, okay, this is a solution now. Oh, I can buy a coastal term rental and you know maybe use it you know with my family to go skiing or go to the beach or do something like that. It's just really cool to see. Um, well, cool. You know, folks, I hope you enjoyed this conversation. You know, I think it's really just important for us to want to share with you one, the community that we're building. Two, it's just like how much it's helped us. And, um, you know, thank you for listening to the podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you, you know, are new here and want to hear more content. And please do share with a friend that you think would be helpful too. And Liz, thanks for taking time out of your busy day to talk to me.
Thanks for having me. I will see you downstairs.
I know it's like so polite. We're really like 100 feet apart from. Well, not even like two separate rooms apart from each
I
other.
mean, it's interesting. We work together, but we work from home, but we don't really see each other.
Well, you have the nice office with the view and the light, and I have the basement where I have my studio here. So we see each other for
It's a
lunch. At
trade-off.
least lunch is
Yes.
easy at least. Can meet in the
Yes.
middle, you know, get the DoorDash.
Yeah. Our lunch break.
Exactly. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed this, and have a great rest of the day. Thanks for listening.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.